Next question is the Battle of the Queens. You picking Beyonce over Nicki Minaj?
Ooh. I like both of them.
Ooh, you
But
gotta
I'm
pick
gonna have
one.
to say I'm gonna have to say yes to.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is D Boogie Brown, and I am here once again on Creative Chronicles podcast. I have a special guest sitting right here with me that goes by the name of Laura. LoLo Wright Beauty. Let's get it, y'all. Look, hey, we got one in the house. So I want to bring her in, let her know, let y'all know a little bit about what she do. I'm gonna let her tell her story too, y'all. But I want to just say she is a celebrity makeup artist. She's been doing this. I actually met her on set. Y'all give it up for Laura, y'all. Give it up for Laura. Laura, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling amazing.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about what you do.
So I've been doing makeup for about 11 years professionally. I built myself up into the industry. I planted myself in Atlanta. I worked at a little kiosk in the mall. And from there, I took it to school to get more educated about skin. And then from there, I was placed in a popular location in the mall, Atlantic Square Mall, because I started off in Atlanta.
Hey, shout out to the A.
Yes. And once being in there, I met so many different people, and I met the right one that led me to how I am now, a celebrity makeup artist, and the rest is history.
Hey, yo, that's a beautiful story. Look, and let y'all know, right? We are literally Creative Chronicles. We on tour right now. Just to let y'all know. So we are in Dallas. We shot some of our first episodes. For everybody that's been following our journey, we shot some of our first episodes in Atlanta. But now we out here in Dallas, y'all. So she is originally built her brand in Atlanta. All right, let me ask you a few questions about your journey, right? So let's take it back. Let's take it back before the makeup. Let's talk about young Laura. Or LoLo, right? So let's talk about young Laura. What was like growing up like? Where are you from originally? What was that like?
So I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
Hey.
Actually a small city outside Detroit, but Detroit, Michigan. I was born in Minnesota.
Hey.
I was facing challenges, of course, transitioning from Minnesota to Detroit. Got accustomed to the culture out there, which gave me my hustler ability.
What was some of the transition? You said you were having difficulties transitioning. What was some of those? Tell me about those.
So growing up in Minnesota versus Detroit, it was like I was around like a different plethora of people, more well-spoken, things of that nature. And then when I came to Detroit, I grew up in the Jets, in the hood. So I had to quickly get adjusted to that lifestyle. And I think that's what really built my character, because it was challenges every day because I was kind of different, spoke proper English and things of that nature. Shout out to my best friend. She held me down. She was my big protector to this day.
Hey.
And yeah.
That's awesome. So as far as that transition, do you feel like that grit that Detroit gave you, do you feel like you still carry that today as far as the hustler part of you?
Absolutely. Without that, like just being able to be quick on my feet, know how to make money at a drop of a dime, that Detroit definitely gave me that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, all right, so let's dive into this creative that you have now as far as doing makeup and the passion. Tell me where that all started and came from.
So actually, I got into modeling, and it was actually taking off very well.
Hey.
I got tired of being makeup artist.
Ooh. I know that's a whole thing. Yeah.
I got paying makeup artists, and also I used to work at a casino in Detroit, and my fellow colleagues, who are like my sisters to this day, they were always in the glam and venture of makeup, and they actually fully introduced me into it and got me addicted pretty much. And as I was just growing into it, I just became more passionate about it. And after that, I just started doing my own makeup, and then started doing friends' makeup, and then it just blossomed from there.
So did you become the top makeup artist in Detroit and Detroit areas, the metropolitan areas?
Actually, no. When I started getting into it, I moved to Atlanta.
Oh.
And I was on a spot interview in Atlanta at the kiosk.
Right.
And I didn't know how to do no makeup.
Right.
the makeup was horrible. But I think personality and confidence overshines anything. And that's what I exuded that day that got me hired on the spot. And when I transitioned to Atlanta, I learned like from the nitty gritty from some of the best artists. And yeah, I just carried on.
Who were some of those best artists, if I don't mind asking?
I ain't gonna lie, I forgot something.
Right.
No, my girl Kim, her name is Kim, Winter Red on Instagram. She was a heavy influence at the start of my career in Atlanta. She helped me build that shell and helped me to become the artist I am and not really fall too much into it and just like freely express myself rather than comparing myself to others. So I'll definitely give Kim a shout out for that.
Hey, shout out to Kim. Shout out to Kim.
Yeah.
So even like, and I tell people all the time, just a personal thing about me, I tell people all the time, mentorship is so important. It's vital. You know what I mean? Because having Kim as like a mentor, she kind of like swayed you away from a lot of those bumps in the road that she had to go through. So shout out to Kim for sure. Are y'all still in contact?
Yeah, we are.
Dope.
We are every now and then.
Hey, that's super
still
dope.
in contact.
Hey, that's super dope. So now I want to get into the moment that me and you met, right? So, and I don't know if you quite remember, right? But this was some years ago, like, you know, in the middle of COVID, I was on a show PAing, camera PAing, on a show called Brat Loves Judy. And, you know, if you guys don't know, that is the rapper, The Brat, and Jessica, you know, my peoples, my aces, I'm so proud of them. But I met Laura on this show and I was like, yo, Laura's work is, you know, like, I was like, this girl's bomb at what she does.
Thank you.
So even after that, like, I was like, yo, makeup, that made me realize that makeup is a whole thing, right? Like makeup and the different styles of it, because we all know Brat's makeup is always flawless. You were killing it. Tell me how that relationship started.
So actually it started with Judy. Shout out to Judy.
Hey.
I love them both.
Hey.
It started with the entertainer I was working with, and she became friends with a close friend of Judy.
Nice.
And she was also an entertainer, and Judy was back and forth at the time, transitioning to Atlanta from New Orleans, and she was in the search of a makeup artist, and it was like a word of a mouth thing from the other entertainers I was working with to do her makeup. And it was actually, like, when I first did it, it was so quick. It was like in the hotel, she had to go to a meeting. It was really quick, but she loved it. So as she continued to come to Atlanta, we built that relationship, and later down the line, that's when Brat showed up, and I was just like, all right. And then they publicly displayed their love.
Oh, so you knew about it before the whole world knew about that.
My loyalty goes deep.
Hey,
so
I know that's right.
I'm not about to say anything to compromise my professionalism or my character or anything. It's going to the grave.
You're right.
But yeah, so she was just like, and I was just like, and I was actually at home. My mom, she was battling cancer, and I was there visiting her. I got a call, and they was like, hey, we're doing a show, blah, blah, blah. We need you, like, Monday. This was, like, Saturday. And I was like, all right, I'm there.
Right.
And there they had the tester for COVID at my door that following morning. Like, I'm like, stick it up and out. I was ready. I was so excited. It was the best experience ever. I ended up landing not only the first season, but I ended up doing the second one too. And it was just a beautiful experience.
That's awesome. So you said something here. You kind of just threw it in, but you said your mom was battling cancer. So you had to kind of balance the two. And what did your
work-life balance?
Yeah. What did your mother say when you had the opportunity? Did she say just
my mom,
go?
She's my biggest supporter to this day, because I grew up as a tomboy. So to this day, she still can't believe I do makeup. So she's my number one supporter. She's always gonna push me no matter what her circumstances is. But I made sure she was good before I left.
Absolutely.
Always. And then every opportunity I got, I was always back home checking on her.
That's awesome.
And they supported me with that, and they understood that, and that's why I appreciate them for it, because in a demanding schedule, you know, things can get hectic.
Absolutely. And you were always there.
Every day.
With a smile on your face, like nothing was going on. Man, shout out to you.
Thank you.
I know it takes a whole nother level of mental capacity to do your work and also provide for your mother. Oh my goodness. I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's some behind the scenes stuff that I had. Man, so, all right, so let's bring it back, right? Okay. So now that I have the story of Judy and the Brat, so where did your career go from there once you started, you know, doing makeup for reality TV?
Well, it actually kind of I want to say plateaued a little bit. My life changed. Reason why I'm here in Dallas. So it kind of like slowed down a little bit, but I'm kind of like, regrounding myself, seeing where I want to take my next direction. I love to teach, so I'm looking more into going to teaching makeup and just showing my skill set that way.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Atlanta, right? Mm-hmm. So as far as doing the reality show, do you feel like, because I personally wanted to ask this, do you feel like doing makeup for reality is a lot of work? Because I hear that it's like kind of, and this is to our audience out there that want to do the stars in reality, like loving hip hop, growing up hip hop. Is it a lot of work to do all of those people's makeups?
It is. You definitely want to develop the skill of speed, and just like know what you're going into, because sometimes you be blindfolded, like thrown into situations. It's been times when it's like, oh, we're not filming today. I'm like, all right, cool, I got the day off. It's, oh wait, we got to refilm this scene. I need you on set right now. It's like, all right. So I always made sure I had a kid nearby or with me. There's been times I've been out turning up and I'm like, oh man, I ain't had too much to drink, but I'm a deliver. Yeah. I know that's unprofessional, but when that money call, you like,
you gotta go.
All right, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just be ready at all times. Just really focusing on like your skill and agility, just be quick and efficient and just know like the basics of what you're gonna go into. Absolutely.
And the reason why I ask that is because, I work on a lot of different shows in Atlanta, and I see how the makeup artists, they'll come in, boom, bow, back. But I know that's like stressful because you also have to do a good job in a minimum amount of time, because you got producers, you got moments that's happening, you got stars arriving on the red carpet.
How much time? How much time? You like, 5 minutes. Yeah. It's like 20 minutes for 5, Look,
that's the gym. That's the gym, y'all. Look, 20 minutes for 5.
5 minutes.
Let's go 5 minutes. Okay, so let's and this is now me going into like a personal interest as far as your workflow, right? So now let's speed it up to Dallas. What are you doing now currently in Dallas as far as makeup, if anything?
Well, right now I am revisiting a previous employer I used to work for, which is MAC Cosmetics. I don't know if I can drop that, but MAC Cosmetics. Yeah, shout out to MAC. And it's a real humbling experience because overall, I'm a people's person. I like connecting with people, hearing their stories, or just giving them a great experience. That's what builds me. It makes me happy. Just doing what I love. It's not really work. So it's kind of like a regrounding moment for me while I'm out here.
Absolutely, and that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I think that working in the MAC store, like you said, you meet
That's where I got my first
Ain't that
celebrity.
crazy? Right.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, just even with me growing in the director field and digital cinematography, like I tell people, I love to revisit my roots all the time. Like I may go back to a neighborhood and I may do like a free music video for like the kids growing up, like and it's always good to reground yourself. You know what I mean? Because you will get a sense of why you started in the first place, right?
And don't be afraid to reground yourself, because sometimes you got to take 10 steps back to go 20 steps forward. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to step back and see the bigger picture.
That part. Okay. So now that we all sped up, so what's next now?
I got a call to do a show. No, I'm just joking. But what's next? You know what? I was doing makeup on a director from Cali, and she asked me that, and I kind of tell her I go on the wing. Like, I don't really plan. I know I should, but I feel like just going on a whim just got me to where I'm at. I'm just kind of like waiting for it to just fall in my lap.
Absolutely.
And I know, it may not do it tomorrow or the next day, but, I'm just going to take it for what it is, and that's always how I roll.
So you go by the analogy, just keep putting one foot in front of the other, and it's going to get you to that destination.
Wherever I land.
I love it. All right, y'all. This interview is getting so good. This is going to be a great one, so y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. But before we go, this is our word from our sponsor, Wandar. Y'all stay tuned. Creative Chronicles podcast is D Boogie Brown.
The Wandar app is a user-friendly mobile application that uses geolocation to connect clients with creatives in your community. Each creative professional has their own user profile showcasing rates, reviews, availability, and a portfolio of their past projects. Wandar, connecting clients with creatives in your community.
Welcome back, y'all, to Creative Chronicles. I am your host, D Boogie Brown, and we just got a word from our sponsor at Wandar. Laura, what do you think about Wandar?
I think it's an amazing platform for creatives to meet and just connect, and even customers. Like if they're looking for someone to work with, I think it's amazing. We need that.
Absolutely, absolutely. It is such a great app. Y'all make sure y'all go download it. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to it. It's going to be a revolutionary thing to help out creatives, all right? But now we're getting back into it, all right? Y'all know, I know y'all all here for it. Y'all are all here for it. We got Dropping Gems, we got Creative Blitz, and we got Love is Free coming up right now. Let's get into it. So we have a segment called Dropping Gems, Laura, to where you give inspiration, enlightenment, to people that want to be in your field, all right? So I got some questions for you, all right? You ready for them?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. We're about to go into our Dropping Gems segment here. So, Laura, the first question I want to ask you is, can you just give me a few different brushes that every makeup artist should have in their collection?
My brushes, but
Hey, yo.
But besides that, as far as like types, you definitely want to get a good quality foundation, a good quality powder brush, a detailing brush like concealer or whatnot, and I would say liner, like a liner brush.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Just to get them started.
Yeah,
you
just
know,
to
you
get them
got
started, but intentionally you want to get a kit. There's many places where you can get kits from. You got Shein, they got good quality. You got Real Techniques, just to name out some brands, mine, of course. And yeah, Morphe and MAC. Like they all have great quality brushes. And then catch the sale, you get them for a low price.
Nice, nice, nice. And what would that low price look like for those out there?
Real Techniques set, it's like, what, $18 for a good 5 brushes. Morphe, I'll say a good $100. My brush set is $45.
Hey, yo. Look, go ahead, shout out your brand. Where can they find you?
BU Beauty, and that's BEWU Beauty on Instagram. And I have a sale coming up for Valentine's Day.
Y'all heard it?
Yeah.
Y'all heard it? Look, go ahead, tell them one more time where it's at.
BU Beauty, BEWU Beauty. No spaces, one word.
$45 to get
$45. 15 brushes.
Look. All right, so great observation. I love it. So we're gonna roll into that second question, all right? Okay. So how does a makeup artist obtain and retain high-end clients?
Loyalty. Definitely just not gossiping about the clientele's information or business. Even if you may have a occurrence that you may not be satisfied with, the streets don't need to know about it, you know? Just remaining professional at all times, showing up on time. If you really want that high-end clientele, you definitely want to probably extend yourself a little bit more to be available. I won't say just like surrender your whole, schedule, but if that's what you have available, go for it. But like just prioritizing your availability. And yeah, I'd say those would be the key factors.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So as far as, and I want to just harp on that as well. So as far as obtaining and retaining high-end clients, now this is a whole nother twist to it, is how do you, I guess in a sense, keep styling them to keep up with the trends?
So I would say in this industry, just always be the student. Always be willing to learn and expand your education. The trends constantly change.
That's why I asked
so
that, yeah.
You want to be ahead of the curve versus just coming into it. It's constantly new products that's dropping. Just being more knowledgeable with what you're going to put in your kit and use on your clientele. Absolutely.
I threw that in there as a bonus, y'all, for y'all makeup artists that's out there, because I've actually heard a client say that she left and breaking up with her makeup artist because she was doing the old style look and she didn't evolve.
That 2016 brow, ain't it, sis?
Ooh, talk your talk, look.
It ain't it. We in 2024.
Right, 2024 say that, look. And I promise you, like when I heard that, I was like, man, so you do have to keep evolving and things like that. So Don't have your clients breaking up with you just because you ain't evolving. You got to stay up with the trends, all right? So rolling into the next question is, for all of our aspiring makeup artists out there that wants to do this full time, what are some of the steps that they should take?
I would say this because this is what I've come across with inspiring makeup artists. They're always in a rush to build their kits. I would say do it clientele by client. Like if you have this certain complexion of a client, just focus on getting that complexion first, and then you'll have that in your kit. And if you have a different client with a different skin tone, get that at that time, and then you can add that to your kit. So just kind of like grow your kit on a client-to-client basis. Don't rush it. There's also alternatives out there that are better low-end versus high-end. I know some like to buy high-end because that's what they see a lot of professionals using. So don't be in a rush to like try to get to where you want to get. Just take your time and grow in it.
Absolutely. Great answer. Great answer. So can I even go in on that a little bit? So the thing is, like, when people ask about full-time, could you let them know about the struggle that comes with that? You know, stepping off into faith and, you know, knowing that your clientele, you know, you have to build up your clientele. Could you tell them a little bit about your journey going full-time?
So I'm going to go back to pre-COVID. So I was working a retailer, and my biggest thing was stability. And we had shut down for COVID, and I was actually over at one of my clients' house doing her makeup, and I got the call that I was laid off. And I always struggle with taking a step in the leap of faith, but at that moment, I knew God was pushing me out there. I had no choice because I was being laid off. So I'm like, okay, what to do now? But I looked at it in that moment like I'm at where I'm supposed to be, and it's go mode, and you just got to deliver and just keep going. And don't worry about where you're going to. Just be in that moment, what you're going to make it now.
I love
That's
it.
what I give.
I love that. I love that. I hope y'all paying attention. She is dropping for real gems, y'all. All right, so we're going to roll into the next one. Perfect answer, Laura. I love it. So last one. To be an independent contracted makeup artist or to be an in-store makeup artist, give me some pros and cons of both. And I'm going to repeat that question. Be an independent contracted makeup artist or to be an in-store makeup artist. Give me some pros and cons of both.
Okay, so I'll go with being the independent first. So when you're independent, you have your own leisure of setting your own schedule, availability, and things of that nature, as opposed to being contracted to or bound to a retailer. You have a set schedule. You may not can call out as much as you can to get to that client. You're pretty much limiting yourself. I actually referenced, because I did both. I was contracted outside of my job, and it's been times I sacrificed my job to go to that client because I'm contracted to be there for that client. So it's just like circling back to taking that leap of faith. Like, you just got to pick one of the others. Yeah. I don't think, did I cover that?
I mean, the cons.
Yeah,
We're going to get the cons.
Let's say the cons of being independent, I would say overextending yourself. You don't want to do that because you're going to overwork yourself. And when you overwork yourself, you won't perform your best. So you just got to have that time for yourself to regroup, recover, and always set your health and your mental and everything as a priority when you're individually contracted, because you can get overworked sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Laura, you just dropped so many gems. I hope y'all was paying attention to all those gems she was dropping, y'all, because that's nothing but heat, all right? So that wraps up today, our conclusion of dropping gems. Now we about to roll into Creative Blitz. You ready to have some fun?
I'm ready.
All right, now, so Creative Blitz, y'all, for those that just tuned in to Creative Chronicles, Creative Blitz is a questions game that I ask creatives, and we have a lot of fun. So they have an option to hit yes, no, sorry, or maybe to answer that question, all right? So we're going to get into it, all right? Laura, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go ahead and do this. So first question is, Detroit Lions are going to win the Super Bowl. Yes, no, sorry, maybe.
I'm representing.
You know what? Give me an give me an yes. Yeah.
Go Lions.
Look, go Lions. Hey.
I don't know nothing about football, but I know they're gonna get somewhere.
Look, hey, she said, look, I believe in my Lions.
I believe in them.
I don't even know if they doing a touchdown or they shooting a 3-point shot, but I'm gonna represent for my boys, all right? So let's roll it on. Let's roll it on. All right, next question is the Battle of the Queens. You picking Beyonce over Nicki Minaj?
Ooh. I like both of them.
Ooh, you
But
gotta
I'm gonna have
pick
to
one.
say which I'm gonna have to say yes to
Yes.
Nicki Minaj.
Ooh-wee. Okay. All right. So we're gonna say Nicki Minaj, y'all. We're gonna say
I love B,
Look.
but Nicki be hitting them little jabs, you know what I'm
Ooh,
saying?
don't get got by the
Man
beehive.
trying to come for her, she about to come hard. Ooh, she even went live for a minute and said some stuff. I said, Nicki.
Shout out to both the queens.
Shout out to both.
Beehive, do not get lower. That's my girl, y'all.
I love the Beehive. I love y'all too, but it's all about the barbs.
Going for the bar. Shout out to both the queens. All right, so let's get into the next one. All right. Brad and Jessica need you to catch an emergency flight to do their anniversary makeup. And you have an appointment, though, to slay Erykah Badu here in Dallas. You going or you staying?
I'm gonna have to say yes to my girls. I have to say yes to my girls. I love Erykah. I love her. I actually met her makeup artist here, and I actually helped Puma at my previous job.
Yep.
So all ups to Erykah.
But you gotta leave.
I gotta go.
Oh man, look, Erykah, you gonna have to find somebody else. You gonna have to find somebody else.
Yo, and you know what? I have been in a circumstance like that when I had an opportunity to do a new celebrity and conflicting with a work-based job. I couldn't call off work, and I gave it to a friend, and she was ecstatic about it. So I'm always open to like sharing the experience and opportunities.
Absolutely. See, and that's a beautiful thing. And I asked that specific question for that because sometimes that really does happen. Even with myself. Like I'll have like something already scheduled and then I'll get that call and it'd be from somebody like, I'll be like, oh, I can't miss it. Like I'll be like, oh, well, goodness. But the thing is, you gotta stick with your guns sometimes. So I understand that decision, all right? Yeah. So let's get into this last one, all right? So, all right, you hanging out with Tyler Perry, all right? You are literally shooting a movie. Oprah Winfrey call you and be like, I got a leading role for you. You going with Tyler or you going with Oprah?
Man, I'm with Oprah. Girl, I'm yes, baby. What up, silly?
You gonna ditch your letters on Tyler Perry.
Man, Tyler.
Oh, man, look.
That's his best friend. I'm
That's
like, your best friend called me. I gotta go.
Hey, yo, I know that.
She see another vision for me.
Look, hey, shout out to Tyler Perry. Shout out to Oprah Winfrey. Look, top of their games, both of them. Go see The Color Purple if you have not. You know what I mean? One of the biggest films. But, hey, you survived the Creative Blitz. I love it. Y'all give her a round of applause, y'all out there in the world. I know a lot of y'all answers probably would be different, but it's all good because it's all about preference, all right? So that was our Creative Blitz for Creative Chronicles. All right, we're going to roll into the next thing, all right? So the next thing we're going to do, Laura, is we have a segment called Love is Free, right? So where you can shout out any creative that you can think of that just, it could be anybody. It could be a friend, a family member. It could be somebody that mentored you or even just spoke wise words to you. But I always wanted to let people know, even in my journey, that it costs nothing to support one another. You know what I mean? And it's enough in it for everybody, even if it's a fellow makeup artist, even if it's a fellow camera operator. Love is free. Exactly. Give these people their shout out, give them their flowers while they're here, all right? So we got a segment called Love is Free. All you have to do is shout out anybody, tell a little bit about their story. If you know their social media handle, go ahead and shout it out, all right?
All right, I'd like to give my shout out to my girl Makeup Toys, LaToya. She's a dear friend of mine. She's a performer, or was a performer in the Universal Soul Circus. She's an extraordinary mega influencer. She not only influenced me through Instagram, but just like as a friend, and her encouraging words always stick by me. And I missed her because she's off tour now, but yeah, Makeup Toys. And I want to shout out my boy Brad because he always hold me down and always keep me in the loop of things. So I want to give them to the love that they deserve.
Absolutely. And is that their social media handles as well?
Brad, his is kind of personal, I believe,
Okay,
but
not a
Makeup
problem.
Toys is hers, and you can't help but to like come across her Instagram. She's probably viral somewhere.
Absolutely.
But Makeup Toys, and yeah.
Oh my goodness. Hey, love is free. Love is free. You keep spreading your light as well. And hey, that concludes this segment of Love is Free, okay? All right, we're just gonna go ahead and wrap it up, get my girl Laura out of here. I know so many people learn so many different things from dropping gems to the creative Blitz to just her story. You are so inspiring. Thank you so much for having you.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So now the last thing I want to do is I want you to give a shout out, let people know where they can find you. And also as well, please tell them about your brand. I know you said you were in the rebranding stage. So go ahead and let the world know where to find you.
All right, you can find me on all platforms. That's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram at Laura Wright Beauty. And my brand is called BU Beauty, and it's spelled BEWU with no spaces, where I have a lot of products for you to come and check out.
Hey, yo. So that's our time for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to Creative Chronicles. I'm your host, D Boogie Brown. Hey, and we out of here till next time. Peace.